This is an intro to all of the videos that I'm about to release because I wanted to show what my edible landscapes look like, each individual one, rather than do one big video, because that can be really long and I think it's a lot to take in, for one video. So I'm going to make this the intro to each one of the videos, and you can bypass this if you've already seen one in this series. So I'm doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos. So those are all of my garden beds. So but the one thing that I didn't say in the video, if you're new to my channel, I do mostly edible landscaping for a very specific reason, because I've taken the Master Gardener's class, I've taken the permaculture class, I've taken herbal classes, I've taken other classes, and everything just kind of laps over, and there's holes in each one of them. But where they all lap over, the companion planting, the soil food web, it all overlaps. And so the way that I'm doing things now, edible landscaping wise, is because I've done the raised beds, I've done, intensive gardening, I've done all the things, all of the methodologies that there are in gardening, and this is the one that makes the most sense to me. Again, if you're watching this video, you can bypass this intro, and I'll put it by chapters so you can see. Okay, you can just click on the chapter below here. This goes straight to that video. So this is the introduction, and I hope you enjoy. Also, the other thing that I want you to keep in mind is the reason that I did this is to keep it real, right? If you're on Pinterest or you're on YouTube or you're online anywhere, most of the time people are going to show that one magical moment where the salvia is blooming, or the peanuts are blooming, or the larkspur is blooming. So this is for my purposes, for me as well, because I'm going to take this information. I do track it on a map where I write everything down, and but I haven't had time. So I'm just like, it's about to rain, I'm going to get the peanuts in the ground. Or it's about to rain, I'm going to get the potatoes in the ground. Or it's about to rain, I'm going to get the ranunculus in the ground. So throughout the year, my plan is to do an update. Here's the magic moment, right? Here's what the potato looks like when it has the bloom on it. So, and you'll see throughout these videos that there are potatoes in almost every bed. Maybe not every bed, but like where the strawberries are and all that, but how it all comes together. So again, I just want people to know you don't have to have lumber to grow food. So many people think that and if you do, I'm not going to fault you for it. I've just been down that road. I know the amount of money and the amount of work that it takes, and when it is first built, it's beautiful. But then over the years, it starts to wear down, and the grass gets in there anyway. It goes through the little cracks, and it's not good to put the plastic in there, and just all the things. It's from my experience. This is something that has grown from over 20 years of doing this, and so I just want to get the message out about edible landscaping. You could call it a food forest, you could call it companion planting. It's basically it's landscaping with food. And you'll see it's in my front, I'm on my front porch right now, and you can hear the traffic going by. This is what people see when they look into my yard. The other thing that I really like about edible landscaping, I have to point out to you what things are. It's not rows of potatoes, rows of corn, rows of beans, rows of this, rows of that. It's all camouflaged. It's camouflaged from two-legged creatures, from three-legged creatures, from four-legged creatures, from seven-legged creatures, whatever. It's camouflaged with the bugs. It's camouflaged from the deer. It's camouflaged from the rabbits. It's camouflaged from a lot of things. And mostly you'll see that I have some prevention for things getting in there, but it's mostly to protect the seedlings. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the videos. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now. Okay, well, I haven't been doing a lot of videos and I haven't felt like being on camera. You know, I've just been hot and I've been, tired, and I've just been working my rear end off trying to get things done. And I'm like, I want to do these videos. It's like, this is something really cool to explain. But I've just been wanting to get my stuff done. You know, felt this need to just get it done and not play around, right? People have all these garden hacks on, oh, here's how you can do it and it's not that much work. Well, that's really not the point. This is my gym. I usually lose about 15 pounds whenever spring gets here. But this is my peach guild right here. And these onions are from last year, actually. Again, the way you can tell it's an onion, it's got a round, hollow leaf. If it's flat leaf, then it's garlic. In my garden, anyway. But there's different peach trees. These are all different varieties. And I tried to make it to where when I was doing my planting, like best laid plans, right? When I was doing my planting, it's getting hot. I gotta take off my jacket. It was like, okay, I want one that's gonna give me fruit in early June. And then another one that's gonna give me fruit in mid-June. Another one that's gonna give me fruit, and I'm taking off my jacket, sorry guys. In mid-July or early part of July, and so on. And so that's the way I planned it out. And that's really kind of how it works out. It's really cool that, you know, we don't have all of the fruit coming in at the same time, because then we can eat fresh peaches all the time. Now these have already bloomed, and there's little blossoms all over, like, that are developing their little fruits underneath. Let me see if I can find one. They're just hard to see. They're there. I know they're there. Oh, okay, there's one. I was showing somebody the other day. I took the little skirt off already, but can you see? That's a little peach. Here's one that has a skirt on it still. So it has a little blossom skirt on it, and I have to do this really carefully so I don't pull the fruit off, pull the skirt off. That's the blossom, and there's the peach. I really don't want to do too many more of those, but everywhere there was a blossom, if it got pollinated, then there'll be a peach there. And then a lot of people will say, like, this is true with the plums and everything, you should thin the fruit. I don't do that, because we'll get a lot of wind with these spring storms that we have here in Texas, and the wind will do the thinning for me. So I don't do that. It's hard to see where they are. I was hoping that late frost didn't kill a bunch of it, but I still see peaches everywhere. This bed, I've got some asparagus. This is I've got onions. Let's see, there's some onions right here. Right here. Whoops, there's some onions right there. I see some wild lettuce. We've got some salvia. I need to clean up this bed still, but it's not too bad. But whenever you have, you know, you put down the mulch, it's so easy to pull out a weed. There's some asparagus, one lonely asparagus plant. But when you pull out a weed, it's so easy because the soil's not compacted. So again, my worst weed is grass. My most dreaded weed. I'm trying to think. I think it's, I don't know if it's this one or that one over there where we have the most, or the first peaches of the year, but these blooms look pretty new, pretty fresh. But there's one, there's some blooms. There's some with their skirts on. You see that? I love it. I just love this. Again, I'm working my butt off, and it's hard and it's hot and it's sweaty, but I love every minute of it. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, my pants are falling down. So I'm obviously doing burning some calories. But again, that is the wall of grapes over there. Of course, we've got the greenhouse right here. Oh, look at the bird. Is he still there? Yeah. Cardinals everywhere. Blue jays. Whenever I talk to my daughter on the phone, she'll say, "You sound like you're in a zoo," because there's so many birds chirping. And my husband was mowing the other day, and I said, "Please don't mow all my little flowers," but they're just so pretty. Look how pretty those are. Show you some of the grapes. I don't ever water or do anything to this area. These just kind of a tangled mess, and all of the live oaks and the hackberries and everything. And the birds get what's on top, and we just get what we can reach. And there's plenty. But you can see all of the little, well, that's not it. Hold on. Here we go. You can see all of the potential little grapes that are going to be coming out here pretty soon. And I found out, I thought I had muscadine grapes, but these are Mustang grapes. Mustang grapes have the white underneath, and there's a big difference when it comes to handling them. They will burn your hands. Whenever I'm making jelly with these grapes, it feels like someone poured acid all over my hands. So it is important to know to be able to identify which plants are what. To know this one's edible, it looks just like it, but it's not edible, or it's poisonous, or you know, it'll cure a stomach ache, or it'll do this, or it'll do that. You need to know what you're handling and what you're doing. And don't trust anybody, including me or anybody else. You got to do a lot of research to figure it out. I know that's not what people want to hear, but it's fun. It's part of the journey. Anyway, all right, that'll do it for this one.